Following the Second World War, the village of Waterdown again found itself in the position of commemorating those that had served during a global conflict. Continuing the tradition established by the creation of Memorial Hall following the First World War, villagers wanted to create something that could be actively used by the community in perpetuity. Waterdown had never had a village square or outdoor space where the community could gather together and host a variety of events. This would now be remedied as a Parks Committee was formed, spearheaded by members of the Waterdown Amateur Athletic Association. In August of 1946, 12 acres of land on what was then the outskirts of the village, formerly a sand and gravel quarry, was purchased for $1,200 from the Anderson family by the Waterdown Amateur Athletic Association, the Waterdown Women's Institute, and the Waterdown Board of Trade. Mrs. Anderson could have sold the property for much more, but she wanted it to be used for a park. This topographic map from 1909 identifies sand pits that existed north of the site of the park, where St. James Church and Mary Hopkins are now located. It's interesting to note how Main Street once directly connected to Center Road, while Hamilton Street, devoid of buildings, did not. Now the opposite is true. This picture shows members of the Parks Committee: Roy Wilkinson, William Gunby, Vern Willis, Robert McKay, and Stan Willis on the tractor, starting to grade the park in 1946. Money was raised to create and develop the park from a variety of special events from 1946 to 1949, including auctions, bingos, carnivals, and donkey baseball. Our proposed park layout from 1947 gives an idea of some of the plans for the space, including hockey rinks and a track, a baseball diamond, tennis courts, and some impressive landscaping. In 1949, an additional southern parcel comprising 8 acres of land was purchased from Mrs. Anderson, expanding the new park to its present size. Tenant John Connon of Connon's Nurseries agreed to remove some shrubs and bulbs that he was already storing on the property. That same year, Memorial Park was officially donated to the Village of Waterdown, with the stipulation that it remain forever a community park for the use of everyone. In a letter written to Flamborough Mayor Ted McMeekin, dated July 21, 1997, Jack Gallen, Secretary-Treasurer of the Waterdown and Community Parks Board from 1949 to 1954, and the last surviving member of the original 1946 Parks Committee, reiterated that the citizens, organizations, and private donors that founded Memorial Park did so with the following intentions: A, that the property would always be maintained as a public park with playing fields and other recreational amenities, and B, that it be considered as a memorial to those from the community who had lost their lives in the 2 world wars, hence the word memorial in the official name of the park. The 20-acre park was formally dedicated on August 18, 1949, to the memory of more than 100 Waterdown and East Flamborough residents who served in the Second World War, including the 8 young men that died overseas. The formal entrance to the park is located on Main Street, and it was completed in 1952. Engraved in the stone are the names of the community members involved in the park's creation. As a public space, Memorial Park has served as a gathering place for the village since its creation. Between 1949 and 1970, the Agricultural Society held its annual fall fair in the park. A twilight market was founded in 1959 and was held there for over 20 years. Countless t-ball, baseball, and other sports have been played here, as well as barbecues, fairs, car shows, and other important community events, including the annual Victoria Day and Canada Day firework displays. Some undated plans to install a community swimming pool were recently discovered by the Flamborough Archives. Since 2009, the annual Rotary O Canada Rib Fest has been held in the park, becoming for many the official beginning of summer. In 2012, students from Waterdown District High School planted the Queen's Tree to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II. 2 flagpoles that originally stood in front of the Dundas Street Town Hall before it was demolished to make way for the new library fly the Canadian and Flamborough flags over the tree today. To commemorate the moment that Queen Elizabeth II surpassed Queen Victoria as having the longest reign in Commonwealth history, the Honourable Elizabeth Dowdeswell, 29th Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, traveled to Memorial Park to unveil the Queen's Bench on September 9, 2015. The visit was also notable as Rick Hill of the Tuscarora Nation in the Haudenosaunee Confederacy provided a teaching to the Queen's representative and community members around the covenant chain relationship, the foundational treaty in the territory that Waterdown is located in. Rather than wait for its official opening on Canada Day of 2007, local kids forced the 2006 opening of the Waterdown Skate Park. The threat of $70 fines were not enough to keep them away. 10 years later, perhaps the most notable recent addition to the space was dedicated. The Waterdown Rotary Memorial Park Skate Loop was dedicated on July 9, 2016. A project of the Waterdown Rotary Club, this wonderful addition added to an extensive refurbishment of the park that included a paved walking path, playground, splash pad, new trees, and the relocation of one of the baseball diamonds. Called Waterdown's Backyard, Memorial Park continues to evolve with the community. When it was originally created, Waterdown was beginning its transformation into a post-war suburb. Today, in the 21st century, as detached homes with individual backyards give way to condominiums and homes with smaller and smaller outdoor spaces, the need for such a green space in the village has only intensified. Once located on the outskirts of the village, Memorial Park can now be found at the very heart of the community, a space it will undoubtedly occupy well into the future.